It affected me because it makes me kind of feel unsafe in school. It makes me upset that one day it could be me or one of my friends.
These tragedies have affected me because I know that school systems aren't as safe as they should be.
These tragedies have affected me because the thought that anything like this could happen is frightening.
These tragedies have really affected me because they change how I look at the school day. Each day I go to school and many of my friends, all of my friends also go to school, and knowing that these types of tragedies happen where we are going just to get our education is very tragic, and I just hope that it never happens again.
It makes me feel more scared in school and less safe, and it puts into perspective that something needs to be done.
These tragedies have been very sad and kind of a painful school-going experience.
It's made me rethink how safe we actually are in school.
These tragedies have affected me because I lost someone that was close to me, and I wouldn't want anyone else to feel that or have to go through something like I did.
They have affected me by making me and my fellow students feel unsafe at school.
These tragedies have affected me by making me sad because I know that something like this could happen, and it happened, and it's sad to hear.
These tragedies have affected me because it makes me more aware of my surroundings. It also has made me aware of kids that are lonely and that they need help, and I wish I could make the difference by going and helping them, being a friend to them, make sure that they don't do something wrong to them.
Well, as a teacher, we have to make sure that we have appropriate ways, if something tragic were to happen, to try to help and protect our kids. We also need to think about how we as teachers are treating everyone to make sure that everyone can feel a part of the school community. That way, maybe some of these tragedies that happened wouldn't happen or won't happen here.
By making me feel worried about others and myself.
It has given me fear for me and my fellow classmates.
You can be the change by stopping, or if you see something like this, just try and help out before the problem gets too bad.
I can be the change by making sure everyone feels included and feels safe in school.
I can be the change by bringing awareness to my community and just being kind to everyone.
Spreading positive vibes.
Being nicer to other people and being kind.
I can be the change by being kind to everyone and just, no matter what, showing everyone what I believe, and even if they don't agree with it, and just raising awareness on the problems that are happening in our world today.
By showing that we're not going to give up on our actions.
I can be the change by talking to people I usually don't and giving them a smile in the hallway.
I could be the change by maybe just one day seeing a kid that's sitting by themselves, go up to them and talk to them and say, hey, how was your day?
I can be the change by choosing kind and including everyone.
Well, I think it's kind of clear that a lot of these incidents that have happened have stemmed from, they're not random acts. They stem from some actions that other people have done. And the biggest thing is just put yourself in somebody else's shoes and don't just assume that you know what they're going through just because they're different or, they could seem weird. But they're not. They're just going through something that you're not in, or, they might agree with stuff you don't agree with, or they might just be going through something that you just don't even understand. So just always be there to support them. Be a bulldog with them, support them, be nice, choose kind, all these things. Just don't ever assume that you're right, they're wrong, and definitely don't bully, and just be the nicest person, be the best person you can.
I want to bring you up to date on a still active and developing situation at a large high school, the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. There you can see the locator there on our Google map. We have an active shooter that is still at large. There have been injuries. Multiple media sources are saying 20. The Miami Herald, according to the local fire chief who talked to the Miami Herald, is saying one person is dead, and he says to the Herald at least 20 injured. This started just before dismissal, apparently. Now, there is a parent who has a child in that school who has been communicating with CNBC. That child told his father that the shooting went on for some time. We do not have confirmed numbers as to the injured, but as I said earlier, the Miami Herald is going with 20, and that is quoting a local fire chief to the Miami Herald. I want to play a soundbite. This is a local reporter talking to a young student who just evacuated out of the high school. Let's listen.
She answered the phone just trembling and in shock that she saw people being shot at, and luckily she was able to make it out. But
breaking news now for you on the West Coast. I'm Josh Elliott alongside Amy Robach. You are seeing here a map of Connecticut. Connecticut State Police and SWAT teams are now responding to a school shooting at an elementary school in Newtown. It's roughly 2 hours to the north and east of New York City. The images you see here, children being led from Sandy Hook Elementary School. It is the district's largest school, and we can tell you that one shooter is dead at Sandy Hook Elementary. The school now cleared of shooters. Newtown police say there is at least one other person shot in addition to the shooter. State police, meanwhile, telling ABC News that they are still treating this as an active shooter situation.
In the freshman building, first floor, and he went up and down the hallway, just banging and shooting into the classrooms. He shot through my door and broke the window.
The dude pulled the fire drill. We went outside. Boom, 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 boom. We heard a gunshot. I thought it was firecrackers, but after I heard the last shot, I was like, oh, no, I'm out. I ran back to my classroom, told my teacher, I think that's a shooting. I think we should go in the back and hide.
All the kids came inside the rooms and everything. There were teachers pulling us in and telling us to like get in the rooms and be quiet. And so, yeah, we were just okay, I guess, so.
And how are you two related?
It's my mom.
Mom, how did you feel to hug your son?
Oh my God, you don't understand. This is so, oh, what a joy. Oh, it's such a joy and everything. I just hope all the other kids are okay, and oh my God.
My best friend was actually locked in a closet for a while, and I was really nervous because she wasn't answering me at first. But I think she's okay now. She told me she got in touch with police officers.
Well, there was a fire drill, and what had happened was we heard shots, and not a lot of us knew what they were from. And I had seen someone go down, and I told one of my friends, and they didn't believe me. And then we heard more shots. When I saw them lying on the ground, it was after we had been escorted, and they were dead. They were covered up, and they were dead.